Leela Jacinto is with me here in the studio to give us a little context, a little analysis. Leela, I mentioned Gaza, I mentioned Ukraine. What do you think are the big talking points we'll hear from Blinken today?
Well, Nadia, he is here in Paris. His primary goal was to push for more support for Ukraine because... And then from Paris, he goes to Belgium for the 75th anniversary of NATO. Why is Ukraine originally on his agenda and supposed to be center stage? Is because NATO seems to have lacked coherence on its Ukraine policy. The Ukraine battlefield has come to a very predictable stalemate. And so Blinken comes into Paris just at a point when the U.S. package for military aid to Ukraine is blocked in Congress. What is likely to happen and what we are likely to see at the upcoming press conference is the events in Gaza grabbing a center stage, because as we speak, France is also trying behind the scenes to put forward another UN Security Council vote. And France is really trying to get some international consensus on a ceasefire in Gaza. This comes after dramatic developments in the past 48 hours. We have aid workers killed, international aid workers killed in an Israeli strike, which has been acknowledged now by Israel. We have very likely Israeli strikes in Syria on Iranian territory by attacking the Iranian embassy. This is going to take quite a lot of Blinken's attention here in France, because, France is the other Western power along with the UK at the UN Security Council. So the last UN Security Council vote that happened last month, the US abstained, and we actually got a Security Council resolution. So France can play a critical role in trying to get some sort of ceasefire agreement on this, because as we are seeing right now, the whole issue of aid in Gaza is being weaponized and militarized, so on basic things like getting humanitarian aid to Gaza, which at least in the talking points, you get consensus. All parties agree that, Gaza civilians need to get humanitarian aid. But then when you have increasing amount of cases of aid workers being targeted. We are not, there have been Palestinian Red Crescent workers targeted. UNRWA is under attack because Israel accuses some of UNRWA staff, 12 UNRWA staff members out of a full staff of 13,000 of being part of the Hamas attacks. So right now, just access to aid is the international community can't seem to get some consensus on it. So all this is on the agenda right now. But primarily, I think we're going to open with what is the military help that we can give Ukraine. Because just today, the Russian defense minister said, since the start of the year, Defense Minister Shoigu said, Russia has gained 400 square kilometers of Ukrainian territory. This is since January. This has not been verified by Ukraine, but Ukraine is right now on a back foot. And in Europe, Europe is committed to military arms, but the problem is arms production capacity, which is why you saw Secretary of State Blinken tour this arms factory next door, which produces cannons. Right at this stage, this factory produces around 6 cannons a month, and they're trying to up the arms production to 12 a month. So as long as U.S. military aid is blocked in Congress, Europe has the will, but not really the capacity.
Okay, so lots that we may be getting on Gaza and on Ukraine from Séjourné and from Blinken when that press conference gets underway. The images we were showing you a short while ago are the room where that press conference is to be held. We're still waiting for it to start.